expertise, and we are the Subject Association for Learning Languages, and our group or our organisation and NEX is really about by teachers for teachers, so a support network for all language teachers, which is run by other language teachers. So what do you want me to say, Rachel? Like, you just want me to say kind of some of the things we do, or?
Yep, yep.
So some of the ways we support language teachers are that we run, oh, bonjour Mireille, nice to see you.
Okay,
Some of the ways we teach language, we
front.
support language teachers is by running clusters. So it's a group, a face-to-face group that you can go along to once a term in your area. And it's where there will be some sort of formal parts of the meeting, but it's also just a place to go if you're stuck with something, or you need some marking, or you need an idea for how to teach a certain aspect of what you want to cover in your classroom. So we've got clusters in most of the country, and if you're interested in finding out where there's a cluster close to where you live that you could go along to once a term, you just let me know, and maybe ask Rachel to help us get in contact, and I can put you in touch with there. We've got our conference coming up, which is our 50th anniversary conference, and that's really exciting because it's not only the New Zealand Association of Language Teachers, but the International Federation of Modern Language Teachers, so language teachers from around the whole country are coming to.
Apologies for interrupting again, but could somebody please spotlight the interpreter so Janine can see?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Does it help, Janine?
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, she can see us both now. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so we have a fantastic event, and Tui Tuia is one of our sponsors and is there supporting us as well. And yeah, we work really closely with Tui Tuia and also our MOE and NZ QA learning languages teams. So we're really here to support teachers in whatever way we can. We have awards, we have study awards that you can apply for. You can apply for awards to go and visit other teachers to learn from their practice. You can apply to us to get a grant for special projects if you want to run something sort of special in your area. And you can always come to us for advice as well. So we have lots and lots and lots of different ways that we support teachers, but the main thing is to know that we're out there, and if you want to get in touch, just perhaps Rachel, I can give you my contact details, or you can go through our website. Yeah, are there any questions or anything that you want me to cover that I've forgotten? Sorry, I've come from a really busy teaching day and I'm about to go and record interactions with some students online, so my brain is not quite in calm space. Is there anything that I haven't covered or that you want to know?
Good. Thank you, Juliet. I know I sort of wrangled you in at the last minute, and I'm really pleased that you could come and that you introduced the kaiko that you work with at Te Kura. So it's awesome to see everybody here.
Yeah, sorry if I missed anyone from Te Kura. I think I saw Ying and Sia and Papia, and anyone else? Yeah. But the main thing is, please get in touch with us. NZALT is really here and has been here for 50 years and will be here for another 50 plus to support language education and all of the great things that it does. And looking forward to collaborating more with you guys. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Juliet. Okay. And moving on to our other supporters here today, I'd like to ask Stephanie if she'll take the mic and introduce herself and Simon, and we'll take over the next part. Oh, I'll make you a co-host. Hang on, where are you?
Thank you. That'd be great.
That would help, wouldn't it? I'll make you co-host. I should have done that before.
Lovely.
And make Simon a co-host.
And maybe if you stop your share and then I can share my screen as well and show our website. That'd be lovely.
And just apologies, I did mean to say before that I was going to record this, so I'll trim it up a little bit. Any teacher conversations later on will not be in part of a recording. But over to you, Stephanie.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you. Kia ora koutou, ko Stephanie toku ingoa. This is my sign name. I used to work in deaf education, so it's lovely to see you supporting sign language as well. I'm the program manager at Tuituia for Languages, and we are a truly national organisation. We work with teachers from Kaitaia to Invercargill, in fact, and we have the national contract for the support for languages from years 1 to 10. We work side by side with NZALT so that they really support the NCEA space, year 11, 12 and 13, and we do the work with years 1 to 10. Our particular focus, of course, is in pedagogy and supporting teachers to upskill their pedagogy to deliver language learning effectively and successfully. I'll share my screen so that you can see our website. There we go. Hopefully you can see that successfully. And so if you come here to the Languages, Culture and Identity section and then click on Grow Programs, this will show you our year-long courses that we provide, all sorts of different kinds of support for teachers from beginning teachers, primary and intermediate, through to specific languages, resource making, multi-level classes and so on. We also provide support for in the tech space around flipped learning. We support aspiring and new heads of department and so on. So they're all sitting there for a range of different things. As well as our Grow courses, you can have a look at, we also do, sorry, I just need to move my computer around a little bit. Our different workshops, so there's a range of different one-off workshops as well that we offer for teachers. They're all available on our website to sign up to. Everything we do for teachers comes at no cost to the school or the teacher. We endeavour to fully fund as much as we possibly can, and that's through the Ministry of Education. So we are supported by them to fund as much as possible, and we endeavour to make sure that it doesn't cost teachers to participate in our programs. So if you look for us on learningscircle.co.nz, that's our website, and everything is there. We also support our learning with an LMS system, so all our year-long courses have an asynchronous component that supports the workshops that we do with teachers, and that allows for some self-study and some for in-depth study of the work that we're doing, whatever it is. So I wonder if there are any questions. I'll stop my share. Whoopsie. Vanessa.
Hello. My question is in regards of those online workshops that sometimes you deliver. Is it possible in the website to find the resources that were shared there in case, like, I remember registering to one and I couldn't attend, and then I was looking for, to see what was in there because it was an interesting workshop, but yeah.
Yes, we have another part of our learning management system called the Languages Learning Circle, and that has a searchable tool for the resources and so on, and where our national language advisors also store their resources. So that's a nice segue if I can pass over to Simon, because he is our national French advisor and also the project lead for all our national language advisors. So over to you, Simon.
Okay, thank you, Stephanie. Bonjour, kia ora koutou. Nice to see some people that I do know. Mireille, Mireille is a big user of some of our workshops over the past couple of years, and Papi, yeah, I think we've not ever met in person, but I know we've spoken by email, so it's nice to see you. I've just put in the chat there the link to what Stephanie was talking about, which was the Languages Learning Circle, and that's our online platform that we are developing. It's still very new, and we are using that to start putting on some of the resources that Vanessa, you were just mentioning, what the resources that we use in some of our online workshops. We are now beginning to put all of that on in one place. Previously, we've done things like Padlets, and it was getting quite messy because there were Padlets for all sorts of different workshops. But now we've got the Languages Learning Circle, and you can find everything on there. And it's free access, so you just need to sign up to it if you haven't done already, and you'll be able to see everything that's in there. Was there a question from Ying? Ying, got your hand up? No? Okay. All right, well, I'll carry on. So as Stephanie said, my role is the National Language Advisor for French. It's my primary role, but I've also got another part of my role where I oversee the work that the National Language Advisors do. There are we represent 5 different languages. So there's French, Spanish, German, Chinese, and Japanese. And the other 4 language advisors are all native speakers, and they are appointed from those countries. We have agreements with the different ministries, or different embassies rather. And so those 4 people actually come from overseas. They have a contract here in New Zealand for 2 or 5 years. And they bring with them a whole heap of cultural and linguistic knowledge that a non-native speaker might not necessarily be able to share. So it's really cool working in this team of 5. In fact, we've got actually a part-time French facilitator as well, who is from France this year. She started with us, so it's helping me out a lot. So yeah, 5.5 of us. We offer generally kind of like one-off workshops. Most of them are online. So, and again, they're all free. You're very welcome to come to any of our workshops. Unfortunately, if only we work, we can't register for the Learning Circle.
Yes,
Maybe
you
Stephanie, you might want to.
Yes, patriarchal. Sorry, Rebecca. We need to put that as a school name coming up, but our teachers have always been able to participate in tuitua.
I think
opportunity.
it might
Not
on our
Tui.
website, on our database, it may come up as VLN. I'm not sure.
I'll
I
try
don't think
that.
it's got Kotuiako.
Yeah, our name
Yeah,
is
maybe try
new
with
in the last
VLN.
2 years, so we should probably check into that.
Mm.
And it will just mean that we need to get the latest list from the ministry. So we have every school listed there, but it may not have been updated recently. So I can certainly follow that up, because yes, you can participate in the Languages Learning Circle.
Yeah.
And if you need your principals support for some of them, you do need to have that. Is that right, Stephanie?
That's right. Yes, that's for our year-long programs, and also for any of the immersion programs that we do. We need principal approval, but for the one-off workshops, we don't.
Yeah, so Kotuiako teachers will get that through myself or Amanda if they are wanting to do it through Kotuiako.
Yep.
Kapai, sorry, Simon, Karen.
All right. Yeah, so the one-off workshops that we offer generally are in those target languages, and it's quite nice to catch up and use your language. For me, as a non-native speaker of French, it's quite nice to do those workshops. Or we can offer it in English and provide resources in the language. We're quite flexible. We're happy to take suggestions from people. If you have an idea that you would like us to offer, just get in contact with us. I can share our contact details. I'll put them in the chat shortly when I finish talking, and you can get in touch with us. But also on our website, we're all there. You just click on our names. One of the other really great things that the National Language Advisors offer is the immersion programs. So we started again last year with these after COVID. and perhaps some of you in the past have gone on them. So with for French, Spanish, Japanese, and Chinese, we pay for teachers to go over to those countries. Well, for French, we normally do the New Caledonia or Tahiti. And it happens during the school holidays usually, and it's about a 10 to 14-day program depending on the language. And we have agreements with organizations in those countries, with either universities or with like a language based organization, and they provide a course that's like language classes, as well as organizing cultural activities to different parts of the country to get a deeper understanding of that target culture. And again, that is free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's all covered for by us, by the Ministry of Education, and with our partners overseas. And so it's a really, really fun part of our job organizing that. Just wondering, is there anything else that I've missed out, Stephanie?
I was just thinking that we should add that we have facilitators based around the country as well. So we do deliver workshops everywhere, and we have quite a few people in Christchurch and Wanaka, Wellington, the Hawke's Bay, and Auckland. So we do our best to come to you rather than make you come to us. So please just reach out if there's anything specific you want. We can come to your school directly if needed, or we can work online with you as well. So we're extremely flexible, and we try and do our best to deliver to teachers wherever they are in the country.
For our Te Reo Māori kaiako, what programs would you recommend?
Well, unfortunately, there is not the equivalent of a national language advisor in Te Reo Māori nor in New Zealand Sign Language, which is a real shame. We do have a partner organisation within Tuituia called Te Whānau Maioha, and they work within the Māori medium and the English medium area for languages. So worthwhile reaching out to them on our website for specific questions and support. The Te Reo Māori space is funded quite differently to the true second language area. So we are specifically prevented from working directly in the Te Reo Māori space, but we do accept Te Reo Māori teachers on our courses, although we are not Te Reo Māori specialists. We have also run very specific cluster groups for the New Zealand Sign Language teachers in Kotaku Reo, and we have a good relationship with Kotaku Reo and those teachers to support them as well. Otherwise, I would suggest going to the ministry, applying through RAPLD for direct support for Te Reo Māori.
Okay, cool. Thank you. We have had one of our kaiako come to be in one of your Grow programs quite a while ago now.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other questions for us?
There's one there. Do you have a language workshop in Rotorua or Hamilton this year?
We're doing a couple of things actually. In the past, we've done a sort of a roadshow event where we've gone around the country. We're not doing it this year because it's conference, but definitely next year we will go back to roadshow, because those are the LangSems. So we do participate in the LangSems with NZALT on the off year from conference. But Setsuko, if there's anything specific you would like us, our support in, please just contact us and we can work with you to deliver. It would be lovely to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you for ages, Setsuko. Any other questions? Yes, well, we have one teacher that we work with very closely up in Kerikeri, actually. And so we have done some work north and in Whangarei. So again, please just reach out to us, because we're happy to support and come north if there is demand and need. So
And I'm sure you do things in the online space as well too, Stephanie.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's always a bridge.
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything else that you'd like to share at this point?
I don't think so from my part for you, Simon.
Cool.
Lovely.
No.
All right. Okay. So the next part of the session, I was going to share a bit of scoping around online learning languages, but it's really only from my perspective, and I haven't had a collaborative approach more widely. So it'd be really good to hear from the teacher conversations that we're going to invite shortly, what is happening in the wider sphere. So I was going to share from what's happening with Kotuiako and primary in particular. So I'll just find my share again. Bear with me. Okay. So I want to talk about how big online languages, learning online languages is at the moment, and it's been big in primary for quite a while. So this is just my perspective to give it an idea that there's quite a large group of us working in that space, and that's a figurative us because I don't actually teach languages myself, but I help to organise a lot of them. So this is our 2023 participation stats, and you can see that languages is the biggest curriculum area of them all, followed closely by Te Reo Māori Kapahaka. So that's 1,350 ākonga from about 80 different primary schools. And it's been pretty constantly like that for many years. So we started in 2009 as an initiative for year 7 and 8 languages. It was only about languages for year 7 and 8. And over that time has grown to have quite a wider curriculum around what our schools were asking for. So that's a bit of scoping from my end, at the primary end. These are the type of languages we're offering, or actually Afrikaans. We have, and it's not spelled properly either, have been offered for many years, but we just can't get the numbers into there, so we probably won't continue with that. Yeah, so those are the languages that we're teaching in primary and secondary VLN programs now. A lot of these are Kotuiako, so many names the same, Kotuiako, and some of them are NetNZ, but I couldn't say which is which, but this is what the learning pathways look like. So what we've been trying to do is get our kids involved early. So, we have some year 3s in our classes, so getting on to learning to love languages and getting on the pathway. Core Tui Networks of Expertise has some contestable funding to support teachers to engage in collaborative activities where they're developing programs, developing resources, working out new strategies, those sorts of things. So letting you know that opportunity's there. We could do things like case studies. So here's a link to a case study made a couple of years about learning Chinese, and this one's at Owakura School, and how the languages program worked at Owakura School, where Chinese was one of the programs delivered. So that was an interesting situation because they had a whole range of programs, language programs. Some were face-to-face and some were also online, and they ran them all at the same time. And alongside that, there's just sharing a little bit of research. It's the only research that we've had done in our area around online languages. And so I'm really keen to hear from anybody, and I'll send something out afterwards, about what research have you been involved in, or would you like to research, or would you like to do case studies, or would you like to collaborate? We're really interested in working out learning progressions between our beginners all the way up to level 1 NCA, so that we get a really good progression for our learners as they're coming through. So those are the sorts of things that we're really interested in supporting. So That's a little bit of input from networks of expertise, Core 2 and how we can work with the language teachers. And we're really very happy to host further web workshops if that's something that you're interested